I'm Suraya, and ever since I can remember, I've loved design. It started with a pencil, a margin, and an idea. In every quiet moment, I'd find space to create. On my school desk, spilling over the lines of my notebooks, sometimes even on napkins at the family table. My textbooks slowly became my sketchbooks. The corners of my math notes bloomed into wild gardens of imaginary logos. I didn't know the word graphic design. I just knew I wanted things to look awesome, to jump off the page, to tell a little story even before you read a single word. When we got homework, I'd instinctively color code every subject. When the teacher handed out a packet, my fingers would tingle to make it more readable, more lively. I remember one time I asked to redo the school's math poster because I thought numbers deserved rainbows too, not just boring grids. Saturday mornings, I'd sit at the kitchen table with a bowl of cereal, but my eyes would always wander to the box. That flat, empty side panel looked lonely, begging for a makeover. So out came scrap paper and markers. My cereal box suddenly had a goofy superhero, wild shapes, and fonts that zigzagged and danced. But the real spark? That came the summer I found a free design app on my old, slow tablet. I wasn't after perfect lines or expensive gear. I just wanted to bring my ideas to life however I could. I invented a make-believe brand, Swirly, a smoothie company that existed only on my screen and in my head. There, I was the creative director, working late into the night. I made the logo, juicy, spiraling letters with a grinning fruit mascot. I designed the bottles, the menu cards, even dreamed up an animated ad where oranges, strawberries, and bananas break into a dance routine. It wasn't for a client or a grade. It was just for the thrill of making something from nothing. The imaginary Swirly became my first real-world project. I practiced layouts, tweaked colors, made fake websites, anything to see how far I could push the idea. I didn't even realize it was design. I just knew it felt right. As I got older, my tools changed, but my excitement stayed the same. Eventually, someone noticed. A small cafe owner in town saw my online portfolio, full of swirly mock-ups and playful logos, and reached out. Could I design a logo for their new shop? I almost dropped my phone. A real client. We met in a coffee shop that smelled like cinnamon and fresh bread. I showed them 3 versions on my beat-up laptop, my backpack stuffed with color swatches and pens. The owner's eyes lit up, and when they picked my design, I felt 10 feet tall. My work would sit above a door, inviting people in. I learned right then, design wasn't just pretty pictures, it was about helping people tell their story. Now design is my language. I create logos that mean more than shapes. Each one carries a hint of the person or brand behind it. I build websites that invite you in, that move and sparkle just enough to make you want to stay. Sometimes when software crashes or the deadline feels impossible, I'll close the screens and go back to basics. Colored pencils, a fat notebook, a quiet hour to remember why I started. Around me are all the souvenirs of the journey, sticker sheets, printouts, mock packaging, posters from my early days. My dream stretches further than my own work. I want to open a studio called Suraya Shapes, a sun-bright, plant-filled space. I'd lead workshops, coach young designers, and teach them that design is about listening and searching for the spark in every idea. Sometimes I walk through my city and see the marks I've made. A playful juice label, a cheerful app icon, a shop sign. What matters to me is that my work reaches people, makes them pause, even smile. So here I am, still doodling, still dreaming. I'm Suraya and I love design.